Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. This is Heidi from My Reading Life, and I'm here today to film a book tag. I know, it's been like forever since I filmed a book tag, and I have a stack of them piled up. And I am determined this fall to get through all of the tags that people have so kindly tagged me in. So today I'm doing the vacation book tag. This was originally created by Steve Donoghue, and I was tagged by Shawn the Book Maniac. I will leave links to their channels down below. And it's a short one, and hopefully I can be fairly quick with it. And I think these questions are really fun. I think Steve did this tag right at the beginning of quarantine with coronavirus, and I've been sitting on it all this time. So it's about time I got to it. The first question is, what's your favorite book about someone taking a vacation? And I think my favorite book about someone taking a vacation is the Crazy Rich Asians trilogy. That book was super fun. I listened to it on audiobook. It's all about the super wealthy in Singapore. I think it's Singapore, not Hong Kong. Pretty sure it's Singapore. Anyway, it's about a guy called Nick and his girlfriend Rachel, and Nick and Rachel are professors at the same university in the United States. They've been boyfriend and girlfriend for a while, and he invites her to go back with him to his family's home in Singapore, and she does not know that he is one of the wealthiest bachelors in Asia, and that his family is like ridiculously wealthy. So she heads back there with him for the summer to go to a wedding and to take vacation, and shenanigans ensue. It's just a fun soap opera kind of a book. Excellent on audio. The movie was great too. Just fun and frothy and wonderful for vacation. The second question is, do you read travel writing? And if so, what are some of your favorites? So I really like Bill Bryson for travel writing. He does a lot. I like all of Bill Bryson's writing. If you are into sort of grumpy old white dudes telling funny stories, he's really good. I loved his A Walk in the Woods, which was all about him hiking the Appalachian Trail with an old friend of his, and neither one of whom were prepared for the difficulty of hiking the Appalachian Trail. That's a great one. And then he has some other books about, one about, there's some about England, there's some about Australia, there's some about the United States, and they're all super fun. So for travel writing, he's one of my favorites, and the first one to come to mind for this question. Number 3, what are your books on vacation rituals? So I have sort of I don't want to read anything too serious while I'm on vacation, and certainly not if I'm traveling somewhere away. So if I'm going to be traveling by airplane or anything, any kind of transportation system, I'm traveling away from my home for vacation. I don't want to take anything too serious with me. I usually take a few physical books, preferably paperback, preferably books that I don't mind if, they get water on them or dirt on them or bent or whatever in transit. I usually bring my loaded Kindle, definitely bring my loaded Kindle with me, and some downloaded audiobooks on my phone, and then some magazines, especially if I'm going on flights or I'm going to be on a bus or a train. I think magazines are perfect for sort of when you're on some sort of transportation type thing when you're traveling, because you can read an article and set it down and not feel like you're losing your place. So that is generally how I plan my reading. I don't want to take too many physical books with me just for the weight purposes of it, but I also want to have a paperback or two if I'm lounging around a pool or on a beach or something like that. What's your favorite book you found or read first on vacation? One of the book series that I really have fond memories of reading while on vacation was the Patrick Rothfuss Kingkiller Chronicles fantasy series. I can't remember for sure which vacation I was on, but it was a cruise vacation. I don't remember which one of my cruise vacations it was that I read it. I started reading the first book on the flight down to Florida to get on the cruise ship, and then continued reading the first one, finished that one, and read the second one all on the same vacation. And it was just a wonderful, immersive, escapist experience, except that now the third book has yet to come out, and it's very, very sad because it's been such a long time that if the third book ever does come out, I'm going to have to start over from the beginning with that book. But I just remember that experience of being like totally immersed in a book during my vacation. It was just wonderful. Really, really good experience. The next question is, have you ever light-fingered a book from a vacation stay? And no, I don't remember that I ever have. I mean, generally, I'm not in a place where there are like books lying around. I will say I've been on a fair few cruise vacations, and there's usually a library on the boat where you can borrow books during your cruise. And I've never actually borrowed a book from any of those cruise ship libraries, but those are available to you. And I've never been anywhere else that I can think of that, there was any book around that I could, pick up. And I wouldn't, if you know me, you would know that it would torment me for the rest of my days, the guilt of taking something that wasn't mine. So it's not worth it. It is totally not worth it to take something like that. The next question, some of your favorite books set in exotic locales. And I define here exotic, a distant foreign country. And I know the word exotic can be problematic, so I'm just going to use distant foreign country in terms of where I like to read books, set not where I'm from. So some of my favorites are Purple Hyacinth by Chimamanda Ngozi Adichie, which takes place in Nigeria. That is a really, really fabulous book. I love all of Chimamanda Ngozi Adichie's writing, but that one is my favorite right now. It's my favorite and I really love it. And I would highly recommend that one. I also love the #1 Ladies Detective Agency series, which takes place in Botswana. Also another audiobook favorite. They're so charming on audio and so gentle, and just a really relaxing read. And then the third one is one I get a shout out because it's on the BookTube Prize finals list, and I think I read it not last year, but the year before at the end of the year, because I couldn't wait for it to come out in the US, and I special ordered it from the UK, and that was Women Talking by Marion Taves. That is a book that takes place in Bolivia, and that one is just a fantastic book, so I wanted to shout that one out for some place set in a land distant from me. So then the last question is, what was the last book you read while on vacation? So I have not been on a vacation away from where I live in a long time, as all of us are at home now because of coronavirus. So this summer we did a staycation here at our camp where I'm sitting right now. And the last book that I read on that week-long staycation was Vendetta and Death by J.D. Robb, which I have talked about in one of my last 2 or 3 videos. I talked about that book, which is I like 49 in the in-depth series, I believe. It's the 49th book. Yeah, because the next book I have to read is the 50th, I believe. And that is a fantastic, futuristic murder mystery, sort of murder mystery / police procedural series that I just love, and you've heard me rave about a million times. So that's all the questions. That was a really fun tag. I am not going to tag anybody specifically because it was so long ago that I was tagged, and I'm at this point I've lost track of who's done it and who hasn't. So I'm going to put this out there for everybody who has not done it. It's a fun tag, and it's certainly something that would be fun to do here as we're reaching the end of summer vacation time period in the Northern Hemisphere. And I would love to hear your answers for this tag. So if you do choose to do it, let me know in the comment section down below. I hope you're all doing great and finding some good books to read, and I will talk to you later.